Of the Khelo India Youth Games. The tennis, the boys doubles event will get underway shortly, and it will be played between the Tamil Nadu players A.V. Sivaguru and Karthi Kevin, and they'll be taking on Kahir Samir Warik and Tanish Mukesh Jadhav of Maharashtra. And this is a lovely center court here, and the players will any moment get onto the court now. And it's a lovely afternoon, I'm very sure. Now it is 2 o'clock. As the afternoon progresses, you will find that there will be some good cool breeze from Marina Beach. That is what the players as well as a lot of people around here will be looking forward to get ready for a lovely evening here in Chennai. And you have these players, their red shirts, they are the Maharashtra players of Kahir and Tanish Mukesh on the picture frame, and they will be, this is that the tall person is Karthi Kevin, and he is partnered by A.V. Sivaguru, and there he is looking at the camera there, and they represent Tamil Nadu. See, basically in these events they have to combine with the partner from the same state, and ultimately the events will be for the individuals will be winning, and the gold medal and silver, bronze will be decided and go for the respective state which wins that. That is how it is in the afternoon play here, and the players are just coming onto the court, and in a short while from now they will have the toss, and the players will be also having a warm-up session. Waiting for the chair umpire to take his position. Not sure who is going to take up the position. We heard that it could be Shailesh from Maharashtra, but we'll have to wait and see. So we have to wait for the chair umpire who is going to take and officiate here. So they also will have to see, because the Maharashtrian pair is playing, so they may have the umpire from another setup, and you see the Maharashtra pair there. The taller of the two is Tanish Mukesh Jadhav. This is a lovely tennis stadium which we have been saying time and again had brought in a lot of players from the international arena, the top players, and they took privilege to come and play here in front of a knowledgeable crowd. When those events happen, there will be much more crowd, and on the picture frame we have the Tamil Nadu pair, and now this is a Maharashtra pair, and we'll have to see. In fact, the top seed is the Maharashtra pair here, represented that is Kahir Samir Warik and Tanish Mukesh Jadhav. Jadhav is much taller, the fluffy hair, and is just waiting there. They are the top seeds here. As the psychology goes, the person who is leading or who is in a top form or top seed, they tend to occupy the court much earlier than the opponents. That is a human psychology. And in a short while from now into the match will get underway. There you are on the picture frame, the Tamil Nadu combination of A.V. Sivaguru and Karthi Kevin. Karthi is a very tall boy. This is the youth, the budding talent, using this as a great opportunity to showcase their talents and also get a good exposure, and playing in a good surface in the center court of this lovely stadium, which it's a privilege always to say that this is the court I played here, where the top players in the world have once come and played. And we had seen Boris Becker and Carlos Moya, all of them had come in, and the chair umpire will be just waiting to see, because it could be from another state. And anyway, we are going to wait for the live telecast, live match on the screen for the boys doubles here. Sivaguru and Karthi Kavin of Tamil Nadu taking on Kahir Samir and Tanish Mukesh Jadhav, that is of Maharashtra, and the Maharashtra pair is seeded number 1. And Tamil Nadu, they did well. The singles, the top seed for both boys and girls singles from Tamil Nadu. But on the doubles, boys, the top seed is from Maharashtra in the red t-shirt, the red jersey. And in a short while from now, the chair umpire will occupy his position. And then he will call the players to come on to the court. Lovely afternoon here. It could be feeling a bit humid and pretty warm, but nevertheless everything will get underway and it will become very pleasant as the afternoon progresses and goes into the evening hours. Welcome to the Combox, Sanjeev Mukherjee.
Thank you, Srini. You just mentioned Boris Becker, Carlos Moya, Paradon Srichapan. Don't forget Patrick Rafter, who saved the day for Chennai after the Becker heartbreak when he was knocked out in the second round. Suddenly Patrick Rafter became the most loved man in Chennai. And then Srichapan. I've seen him on television. I wasn't fortunate enough to catch it live right here.
Srichapan was one of the very good favorites here among the crowd. When he just comes onto the court, you'll see the cheer going up.
Absolutely, and that's what...
when Carlos Moya came on to play here, I remember distinctly, if he had won the title here, he would have become number 1. But unfortunately, he was nurturing an injury. I think it's a thumb injury or something like that, and he could not really proceed to go on. And we had Mal Washington, we had Richard Kryjak, and all big names at some time or the other. So it's a matter of pride for anybody here, young boys, to come and play in the center court, which hosted a lot of famous international players. Many of them are their own heroes. Waiting for the chair umpire. That has to be. I think there has been some change. Originally, we thought that it could be. There you are. Now formally he is coming up to take his position. And you can see in the picture frame the Tamil Nadu pair, Sivaguru and Karthi Kavin. One thing I've seen, I was also talking to the players and in the past as well. This is a wonderful surface, the synthetic surface. The bounce is perfect and plays fast as well. So it's a pleasure for anybody to come up and play in this center court. And the stadium is in the city center and accessible to all. And also we have the side courts where the other events happen simultaneously. But in the center court we'll have the major events, and it depends, they will have to slate it suitably. And what a lovely view of this court on your picture frame. And on the red is the Maharashtra combination, that is of Kahir and Tanish. So that is the combination. In any moment from now you will be waiting for things to get underway, and definitely you are in for a good contest of the doubles. There the chair umpire just showing the coins to both the teams before going for the coin toss. Maharashtra choosing to serve. It's all set ready here. The players will have a good warm-up. It's a pleasure to be here to play in this center court for anybody, and definitely for the budding talent. And these are all youth of below 18 years. They got a long way to go. They have to be amenable for making corrections in whatever they do. Try to leverage on your strength and then try to negate whatever weakness you might be showing or any shortfall in your techniques. The tennis these days, it's getting Very, very technical, and it's a swift game. In fact, physical fitness as well as skill sets and maintaining the consistency, they all come to play. And if you see the professional players, they play around the globe, around the year, hardly any rest, and that is where your fitness and mental agility, mental and physical, will matter a lot. Right now, on the back to the camera is the boys from Tamil Nadu, and facing the camera on the other side in red is the Maharashtra team, and the Tamil Nadu team is represented by Sivaguru, the host team, and Karthi Kavin, and Kahir and Tanishk in the Maharashtra team. These are boys doubles. Just to get into that range and rhythm, the boys are just warming up there in the center court. In a short while from now, the chair umpire will also call it out that 2 minutes. Come on, try to finish it and then get back to the business. That call will come shortly. On the picture frame, you have the Tamil Nadu's Sivaguru and the Karthik Kavin, who is the taller of the two. And they are not seated here, but they are taking on the top seed from Maharashtra, Tanish Jadhav and Kahir Warik. That is Tanishk on your right. I'm sorry, beg your pardon. That is Kahir, the shorter of the two, and Tanishk with the floppy hair. And that's the chair umpire for this particular match. And it is Santosh Venkatesh. And he'll be umpiring for this particular match, the boys doubles event here. As the players are just still warming up in the middle. And shortly the umpire will definitely call them to wrap it up in that 2 minutes. Alert will come. They are just waiting for that. And this is a tennis boys doubles event in this Khelo India Youth Games in the city of Chennai. And this SDAT Stadium in the city center. Being in the center of the city, you have got access to go wherever you have. That means, I think, Sanjeev, between the two matches, the singles and now the boys and girls doubles, you had a time to just barge in and attend to something and come back. Good work.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, I was pressed for time. Definitely. It was something that I had to attend to. And thanks to your directions, because you know the city better than most. Of course, hardly any traffic at the time I went. It's pretty okay. You're back on time, in pole position.
That's a great job, Sanjeev, you have done. You rescued a puppy which was about to collapse.
Well, I'm trying to put together some people. We reached out to some people here in Chennai.
2 minutes.
Poor puppies, obviously, they are at the hockey stadium here, Radhakrishnan Stadium. And of course, it's difficult at their age to survive on their own. They don't have their parents. So, yeah, I mean, we're just trying to put together some help if possible. Reached out to some people and organizations in Chennai. Hopefully, somebody will come forward soon enough. And the best part of the entire thing was that both of them came running to greet me. That was something else.
It is. They are faithful, friendly. That is how they are known to be. And they will remember ever. They will never forget. That is something which is very, very important. That is a human value we should also have.
Absolutely, sir.
The players still warming up in the middle. The boys doubles event here in Nungambakam. And just everyone is looking for the chair umpire to call them to get on with business. And in the doubles, what is always important is how do you combine. The online chemistry between the two partners is very important.
1 minute.
And we also say normally in the doubles, you try to leverage your own strength
Boys
and
also
try
no
to see
smash,
how much you
smash
can
points
cover
up
up
to
the
tiebreaker
potential
side.
weakness
No
of your
scoring.
partner, if at
But
all
once
any.
at all, 10-point match tiebreaker shall be
Absolutely.
played.
I'm very interested to,
To the right of the chair
we're
from
all interested in all
Maharashtra.
of them. Warwick,
Guys,
Tanishq,
Warwick.
long
Tanishq
lanky
Yadav.
fellow. Sivaguru, Karthi, who seems to be
To the left
Karthi
of the
S.
chair
Kavan.
from Tamil Nadu.
The tallest of the
K.S.
four
Shivguru,
on court. I'm
K.S.
very
Kavan.
interested how tall he is, number one. Secondly, I think one day, maybe
Shivguru Kavan won the toss.
far away in the
Just
future,
a
I think
serve.
he'll make a very good commentator because he writes well. I was just trying to read up on him, trying to find out a little bit about who he is. Couldn't find out much other than the fact that he's a very talented doubles player. But
End of warm up.
beautiful writing. He's written somewhere on social media with a picture of himself at an event saying, "Memories are the diary we carry with us." I mean, at 16, 17, if these kids have so much of profoundness inside them, I'm sure, why not? But right now, commentary duties are with Sheshadri Srinivasan and myself. So Karthik can concentrate on his tennis for a really long time.
இந்த ஸ்டைலில் தான் டிவியில் அப்படியே காட்டும் அது
Saying enough, this is the time they have to really get on with and try to pick up some good points also in the competitive tennis and go up in the ranking ladder. And right now, of course, they are playing for the Khelo India Youth Games. Yeah, good opportunity to showcase their talents. And let us see how best they are. In fact, in the
Time.
singles event where we have been seeing, even in yesterday's doubles event which we covered live, we noted that there is a lot of talent.
Lot of match position.
And of course, India produces a lot of tennis players. And here we felt that the way they are
ball
being
line is
groomed, the way they are committing themselves, and the only thing they needed a little more of consistency and also to somehow overcome whatever potential weakness they were showing. Even from sitting in the commentary box, we could just make out some 3-4 areas where we felt that the boys and girls can always improve. Particularly, the focus should be on improving that backhand, which many of them didn't really demonstrate high quality as much as the forehand. That tends to be the the approach by a lot of people, rely more on the biceps, but then the backhand is an important component as well, and get to know very good lobs. Some of them will be a very important point as a takeaway, and getting the first serve in. There in the picture frame, Tamil Nadu's pair of Sivaguru and Karthi Kevin getting ready to serve from below the commentary
Set, Kavan to
box.
serve. Ready play.
That's Karthi Kevin. Trying to generate pace on the first serve of the match. Fault long. That's a superb effort. Inside out, down the line winner. He moved in very quickly. See there, he saw that opportunity. And the ball just flying into the alley. You saw the hand signal. That is what doubles event is all about. The understanding between the players. It was clear that he was going to serve on the backhand of the opponent. Third occasion trying to go for that inside out.
15 all.
Hitting it wide. See. And again. That goes wide. As Karthi prepares to serve, the hand signal is on. There is no I formation. He is standing to the left. Can you believe what a return of
15,
serve?
30.
Terrific. This is where the anticipation counts. Forehand cross court. Perfect angle as well. What a return. You need the first serve to come in correctly. 15-30, a big point. Second serve. That's a good work at the net.
30 all.
That was by Sivaguru. Have a look at it. Perfect interception there. Taking that point to make it 30 all. Karthi. As we always say, the first serve is always important. The first serve percentage should be good. Very nicely changing that angle. Really
30,
catching
40.
Sivaguru by surprise. The guy doing a good job there. Look at that. Perfect down the line winner. That sets up a break point to start with. Karthi serving.
Cut.
Oh, that's long with that. Karthi
Game, Warwick
Kevin
Yadav.
drops his serve. Early break of
game.
serve for the Maharashtra pair of Kahir and Tanishq. There it is, the return flying well over the baseline there. Love one. Tamil Nadu pair in the picture frame, that is Karthi and Sivaguru. And briskly walking onto the court is the Maharashtra pair of Kahir and Tanishq. Obviously, that confidence level will be much more, which we repeatedly say. You see who is occupying the court first. Having broken the service of Kevin, the Maharashtra pair of Kahir and Tanishq occupying the court first, followed by the Tamil Nadu pair there.
Tanish Yadav to serve.
So it's Tanishq now. Rather, it's Kahir Warwick.
Warwick to serve.
Warwick to serve.
Cut.
Well left. Another good judgment
15
there
left.
from the Maharashtrian pair. Making sure they indulged Karthi from the baseline, allowing him to hit really hard and long. Looking settled. The top seed pair, Kahir Samir Warwick and Tanishq Jadhav. It's already seems
30 left.
that the Tamil Nadu pair is under pressure. Sivaguru has netted it. Wasn't really under any pressure there. 30 love. Wow, what a shot there. What a
40
shot
love.
there. Kahir Samir Warwick. Terrific forehand cross court winner.
இது ஸ்ட்ரிங்கிங் தரணுமா
40 love racing away. Maharashtrian pair. Pretty bright and sunny here. Chennai afternoon.
Not up.
Superb. Done so well. Holding
Yeah,
his
Warwick
serve
Yadav.
at love. Kahir
Warwick Yadav
Samir
legs
Warwick.
against love.
And makes it look so easy.
After getting that early break of serve, you saw that Kahir holding his serve comfortably to go up 2 love in the opening set. Sivaguru to serve. That is an excellent interception at the net by Tanishq.
Left 15.
He moved in quickly to his right. There is. And found that opening there. 15 love. Sorry, love 15. So Guru serving. And this time just moving to his left, making room for that
15
forehand.
all.
Inside out return of serve. Not really in a comfortable position there. Hitting it long. 15 all. Sivaguru. This is where exactly we have been saying
30, 15.
this was the serve which is to be returned on the backhand. See how much he is moving to his left and trying to create that forehand and ending up in an error, hitting the high part of the net, the ball falling back on his own court. I think many of these players will have to really sharpen their backhand. Like this kind of a return. Superb return of serve set up that point from Tanishq. For a moment,
40,
I was
15.
remembering none other than Mahesh Bhupati doing that. Double-handed backhand return of serve. Superb it was. People should have a faith and confidence that the backhand is good. Then only you tend to do it. Particularly when you switch from forehand to backhand, the grip change. The easy put away there,
40, 30.
waiting at the net, Tanesh. Will there be a break back? Oh, not really here. Very good serve on the backhand corner. On
Yeah,
the
it's a
return,
good
just going over the line. It was 40-30 and now it is a game.
Like
Look
a
at
late
this
to two games to
return.
one.
Good attempt. But lack of a bit of control on that double-handed backhand return of serve. And there is Tamil Nadu retaining the serve, but still a 2-1 lead for Kahir and Tanishq because of the early break of serve they had. And they had broken the serve of Karthik Kavin earlier. As the players are just slowly getting back to the position, and Kahir and Tanishq are very much there in the court. And the chair umpire is telling the other Tamil Nadu pair to get onto the court, and there they do now. And Tanishq is going to serve this time, and he will be serving to Karthik Kavin. Standing much behind the baseline and is spending a powerful serve. Trying to generate power, but fall to the ball just going on the wrong side of the spinal cord. Good return. Karthik Kavin not able to get that advantage, capitalize the advantage of good return of serve. Fault, trying to generate pace, Tanishq. Going for the second serve. A lot of bounce on that serve.
30 love.
And backhand cross-court return of serve was going to be difficult. Early break of serve in favor of Kahir and Tanishq. Now it is 30 love as well. Second serve, Tanishq. Oh, that's a double fault.
30, 15.
30-15. No. Oh, superb interception there by Kahir, coming quickly onto his left.
40, 15.
Lovely point there for his team. See his sense of anticipation, moves so much. The court coverage, you need not really be very tall for the court coverage, but he's so brisk. 2 game points. Now Tanishq also not getting his first serve in. The service percentage, of course, it is too early to say now. Good second serve. Ah, that's an intelligent thinking
40, 30.
from Kavin. Saw that Kahir was not prepared for that backhand and getting that point in style. Tanishq serving to Sivaguru. Yet again the first serve let him down. Good rally. This is what is important. In the end, very quick thinking from Tanishq. Going with that backhand down the line winner.
Game, Warwick Joseph.
That is completely outside the court there. And moves in. And absolutely no chance for the opponent. Very good down the line winner. See the consolidating that early break of serve. That is what is important. When there is a break of serve, try to capitalize and consolidate the lead. And the opponent, of course, would like to get the break back. So as a result, down 1-3. You need a very strong wrist and control when you are at the net.
In love.
Tanishq trying to close it out, intercepts, but not good enough. The racket control was missing there. 15 love. Brilliant thinking there. This is what is always vital. As he saw that opportunity for going for that backhand, looking at the open court there. And that too he saw that Kahir was moving to his left, found that opportunity and came with that winner. That was a communication disling. As Tanishq was moving forward, or rather moving sideways, probably Kahir could not get a clear vision on that. See that he is rushing, and absolutely that is where the lack of control from Kahir's racket there. Second serve. Karthik come in. Karthik come in. The net card was not lucky for Tanishq. That is something you don't have a control.
3 games to turf.
What you have a control is only on your serve. I always look at controllables and non-controllables, and that is something which always referred by Captain Cool MS Dhoni in cricket. Toss is not in your control, playing is in your control, managing it, correcting the errors, they are all controllables. But toss is not in your control. Here, service is in your control, rally depends on how it progresses. Still continuing with that early break of serve. The Maharashtra pair of Kahir and Tanishq getting back onto the court. See so much, they are very much ready there. Now only the Tamil Nadu pair just getting off the seat and coming to the court. Sivaguru and Karthi Kavin. The early break of serve where Karthi dropped the serve must be working in their mind, but they have to put that behind and try to first serve and hold their serve, and then try to go after the opponent's serve. Right now, they have to force the error. They have to go on the attack. They go on aggression against this serve of Kahir. Well, that was a good serve.
In love.
The return just going out. Now Kahir serving to Sivaguru. Long first service fault. Good thinking there, but execution not good enough from Sivaguru.
In love.
Saw that there was an opportunity to go for the backhand, but the ball clipping the high part of the net. That is a risk you run when you go for the down the line. You have to keep in mind that the net is on the higher side at the post. Trying to generate pace, missing the line long.
Body love.
On the feet. That gets very, very difficult for any player. For Sivaguru there. Not going to be easy. But still desperate to see whether his partner will come to rescue. A very powerful serve. The return going into the net. With that Kahir is holding his serve. Look at that good serve there. Double-handed backhand return going into the net. With that Kahir holds his serve. And the team also is going up 4-2 in the opening set.
So Warwick and Jadhav having a mixed start to the day. Different starts to the day. In the boys singles, Warwick easily winning his game. His match, 7-6 love against Mahalingam to move into the semi-finals. Absolutely brilliant, and he's on song. Kahir Warwick, he's absolutely on song.
Left
Look
of
at
hand.
that beautiful slice. Wow. That's how you get the angles. Geometrical precision. Tanish too could have made it to the semi-finals in the singles. He though lost out 6-2, 6-1. So this is the second tie for both of them. Does it easy. Teamwork at its best. Looking absolutely well-oiled unit here. Kahir Warwick and Tanish Jadhav
30 love. In love 30.
setting themselves up. They're going way, way ahead. And Sivaguru and Kevin need to really come back into this match. Need some big serves to start off with. Oh, was that a bit ambitious? Trying a slice from that angle. You
30.
can see that. Just sailing over by a fair distance. 15-30. Fight to stay relevant. That's the call for TN, Tamil Nadu.
Card.
Tanish trying to pass him down the center.
30 all.
Literally taking on Gavin and his long, long strides. Of course, he misses the mark by a fair bit. So they stay on 30 all. Beautiful, beautiful slice there. Kahir Samir Warwick
30, 40.
Beautiful. Rushing to the net. And even as the ball died on him, slices it so beautifully. There's nothing his opponent can do. This one. Break point now. Facing the second service break. Wow, look at that. And look at that. They just tried that famous Lee Hesh chest bump, which you also seen Bopana and Ebden do it in their very own way. Look at that, the angle. We'll wait for the camera to come back. Oh, they are in sparkling touch. 2 service breaks, 5-2 ahead. They're steaming away.
Break of serve really coming handy there. Early break as well they started with Kahir and Tanish from Maharashtra. On the right side of the picture frame, the Tamil Nadu pair of Sivaguru and Karthi Kavin. Early break of serve gave that momentum in favor of Kahir and Tanish, and there is no look back from that situation. They maintained that lead. Yet another break gave them this advantageous position. As the players come back onto the court, as always, the team on the comfortable position, with a formidable lead, is on the court very early and getting ready to serve. It will be Tanishq who will be serving for the opening set, serving at 5-2. Serving to Karthi Kavin. Second serve. See, it doesn't hurry up that serve, the right thing to do. So that's a very nice cross court, forehand cross court from Kavin.
Love 15.
There's a lot of power on that. He shade slow, Tanish to go to retrieve that. That is where he is putting it into the net. I think this is where the Tamil Nadu pair. Now Sivaguru taking that serve, should go and attack the second serve. See, look at him, he is just getting towards the baseline and in a mood to attack, but he is not very short if it is a spun serve. That's what happens here. Good thinking here, going for that double-handed backhand down the line. Just hitting it wide. See, there he is finding that opportunity to put it in the aisle, but hitting it wide. Good thinking, but execution not good enough. Tanish serves to Karthi. Lot of power on that serve, on the body, and the return going wide. Look at that big serve there.
30-15. Out.
Return was shared over the baseline.
40-15.
The game and set points. What a time to make that double fault. Still a
40-30.
game and set point in their control for Kahir and Tanish. He needs to get into the rhythm on this serve. Can't afford to make a double false here when you want to wrap up the set. Great work at the net by Kahir. Right position there, intercepts at the right moment. Look at him, how nicely he anticipates that and comes with that volley winner. With that, the first set going at 6-2 in favor of Kahir and Tanishq Mukesh Jadhav rather. The Maharashtra pair, Kahir and Tanishq, taking the first set 6-2. So on the right of the picture frame, and that is Sivaguru and Kavin, a lot of thinking to do how to come back in the second set. And let us see, but definitely you saw some good domination by Kahir and Tanishq, particularly on important points.
No water.
This was the first set which they took at 6-2. See, very good rallies here, but in the end closing out the rally is very important, as the players are just sitting in the chairs and then try to get back. As it happens, there you see on the picture frame, Kahir and Tanishq moving on to the court, or getting back onto the court first, followed by the pair from Tamil Nadu, Sivaguru and Karthi Kavin.
Second set, coming to serve. He called fault.
One set down. Sivaguru and Karthi Kavin have their job cut out. Wow, wow, look at that. Another fabulous cross-court winner. Kahir Samir Warwick.
Love 15.
Was a deep serve to start off with, but absolutely fabulous movement there. Tanishq.
15 all.
You need to go across the net. Stretches too far. Just doesn't get it right. First a fault. Superbly done, superbly done.
Out.
Kahir Warwick, look at the poise, using his baseline positioning and then coming in. And it was
15,
required an
30,
absolute
and
very
stand
acute lob, right on the edge of the baseline. And there was no way, no
Guys,
way
control your excitement till the point gets over.
Tamil Nadu pair could have returned that. 15-30. Ho ho, look at that. Proactive. He's in a hurry, it
15,
seems, Kahir
40.
Samir Warwick. Certainly he's in a hurry. He wants to finish it off early and get back, get some rest ahead of a semi-final. Single semi-final, I believe that's the message he's trying to give to his partner, Tanishq Jadhav, who's also on song. The top pair. This
30,
one though,
40.
a little too wild. Had too much in it. Remember, Warwick is the second seed in the boys singles, while being part of the top seeded pair in the doubles. Well left, one would say. Very, very well judged. They are absolutely on song.
Game Warwick Jadhav.
Both Warwick
First game,
and of course
second set.
Jadhav. Starting off the second set with another service break. They surely are in a hurry. I don't know the city as well as you do, Srini. Is the railway station anywhere close by, or the airport to where we are now? Both of them seem to be in a hurry to catch a flight. God knows where to. One of them is already in the semi-finals. The boys singles. They are on song. Of course, Kahir Samir Warwick, the higher ranked singles player, multi-talented, one of the best in Maharashtra. Tanish Mukesh Jadhav, doing very well for himself in doubles, comes from middle class family. There's music in his family. His father is a artist, tabla player, and that's possibly the reason the rhythm is there.
15 love.
In the doubles, the rhythm, the combination between the partners is very important. And as Kahir prepares to serve now. A lot of power on that serve,
15 all.
but the return, see, so perfectly placed. And Tanish just stretching his racket, barely he just gets a touch. The net got a look at that once
15,
again.
30.
Oh, desperate take there. $15-30. Oh, superb power, that inside out
15, 40.
from Kevin. That is a good double hand. Look at him. How much very quickly he moved on to that. This is a very highly controlled smash from Sivaguru.
Game, Sivaguru Kevin.
That is perfect to
One
go
game
for a
ball.
smash when you are so much in a correct position, seeing the flight of the ball correctly and then coming with a big smash, clearly bisecting the opponents. A lot of confidence on that smash, and I had enough time also to do that.
Third. I was too early now. I understand, but I cannot change the call now.
The drop shot.
I understand I cannot change the call after the players appeal.
I think
See, after the players appeal, I cannot.
Kahir and Tanishq having a word with the chair umpire. Maybe something to do with the last point. Let us have a look at it.
If it was not appealed, I would have corrected it. I was too early with the call, I know.
Oh, that is long. Having taken the first set at 6-2 and trying to keep the momentum going.
15 left.
So Guru, second serve. A double fault.
15 all.
Love 15. 1-all, love 15. Sivaguru serving to Kahir. He wanted to match power for power.
15,
Wanted to
30.
go forehand down the line. Sivaguru, but not succeeding. Look at the power on that. Again, the ball hitting the high part of the net. Sivaguru serving. Tanishk. Back on cross court, letting him down. He wanted to keep that angle because
30
he
all.
saw that Sivaguru was much behind the baseline, but control was missing. Sivaguru serving to Kahir this time. Serving from the deuce court. That was more of a desperate lob and overkill from Tanishk.
30, 40.
See, look at that. So much away from the baseline, barely managed to retrieve it. A very defensive lob and nicely put away there. Oh, double fault.
Game Varek Jadhav. New balls, please.
See, this is where you're lacking. Under pressure, most crucial time, making a double fault on the serve.
Varek Jadhav late for 2-1.
That break of serve happening in the third game. And that goes in favor of Maharashtra pair of Kahir and Tanishk. As they come back onto the court, will they be able to consolidate that lead of early break of serve they have? Or the Tamil Nadu pair of Sivaguru and Karthi Kavin will be able to break back immediately? Let's wait and see.
2 service breaks in the first 3 games. I find it very, very difficult to come back from here. Tamil Nadu pair, the tennis which we've been seeing over the last couple of
Time.
days. Possibly the first times where we're seeing a Tamil Nadu team, a Tamil Nadu unit not faring so well. They've been doing very, very well in singles, boys and as well as girls. This time though they're up against the top seeds, Maharashtra. Kahir Samir Varek and Tanishk Mukesh Jadhav. Remember, at the same time on the second court there's another match going on where the top singles player Rathin Pranav and Mahalingam pitted against Jason David and Chandan Shivraj. Interestingly, Rathin made short work of Jason David in the boys singles earlier this morning. Tanishk overhitting it a little bit.
Love 15.
But you still get the sense that they are far more in control. Tamil Nadu haven't been able to get teamwork going too.
Not up.
That's Varek again compensating. He
50
knows
all.
what he did. He messed up the overhead smash there. And then finally stretching himself. Tanishk. That's put away well by Sivaguru.
15, 30.
It suddenly seemed that the pair seemed to be a little too proactive for their own liking. Varek and Jadhav. And Sivaguru sensed an opening. Fault. Oh, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious, Sivaguru will
30
regret
all.
this. He set himself up for this point. Look at that. He pushed Tanish back. And then all he had to do was smash it. And he missed the overhead smash. It was a big, big opportunity to get to break point. He didn't. Tanish Jadhav. Gavin being pushed way too back
40,
from the
30.
baseline, lacking the power or the trajectory. Powerful strokes there, Tanishq. Another powerful one,
Game Warwick Jadhav.
slammed the white corner.
Warwick Jadhav leads for 3 games to 1.
Easily they do it. Can't really say they're halfway through, they're nearly through. One set up, they're already in the driver's seat. Now they're 3-1 up with 2 service breaks already done in the second set. Karthik. Karthik Haven. Struggling to put it away yet again, and this time he has to pay the price. He did have the advantage. He did get a very juicy volley to put away. He failed to do that. The more you get into a rally with the Maharashtra pair, there's no way out. That's proved yet again by Warwick and Jadhav. What a team they are. Excellently done, excellently done. Tanishq Jadhav.
Love 30.
Terrific, terrific shot. Down the line, no need for the angles. The power, the timing, and where the ball landed. That was a ferocious return.
15-30.
Not really doing much there. Going wide. Going immediately into the return. 15-30. They kill at the net. Terrific coordination and very good net play there by
15,
Warwick.
40.
Pouncing on the opportunity. And Sivaguru, absolutely no match for the guile of Warwick there at the net. Break point, 15-40. Tries the drop shot, doesn't manage to, and skilled off at the end. Tanishq Jadhav.
Game Warwick Jadhav.
Maharashtra pair making it look really, really easy, making short work of the opponents.
Warwick
So
Jadhav
that's
leads
a
for
third
4
break,
games to 1.
third service break. 6-2, 4-1.
Warwick and Jadhav really dictating terms in the second set as well. And getting back onto the court, leading 4-1, taking the first set 6-2. Thorough domination. They combine well,
Time.
and also the returns are very powerful. They are just trying to demonstrate why they are top ranked here, top seeds here in the doubles. Normally you tend to find a weak link in a doubles combo, but there is no any kind of a weak
Wait,
link
please. Wait,
between
please.
Warwick and Jadhav. As Kahir serves fault. Kahir Samir Warik.
Left 15.
Double fault.
இது ball அவங்கள இந்த சைடு நிற்க சொல்லுங்க அவங்க அந்த போர்டுக்கு
Oh, really good smash on the body
Left 30.
by Sivaguru. And Tanishq had just to go for that kind of a reflex return which he could not do. Look at that power. Another good return of serve. Yet again on the body of Tanishq. Just trying to go for that reflex. But there was no need on that occasion. Long serve. Fault. Kahir serving. Second serve. That is a very good diagonal return of serve. Perfect angle
15,
as
40.
Kahir came in after serving. Was not comfortable enough to get that low pickup. 15-30. What a way come out of that. As
30, 40.
look at that desperate return there. He was so confident. Tanishq went for the overhead smash from the mid court. Kahir serve, good serve. Deep return. Good work by Tanishq at the net.
Deuce, deciding point. Receiver's
And,
choice.
Sivaguru just trying to keep the ball in play but not able to succeed there. As Kahir Warik preparing to serve now.
Hard.
That is long. The return. So there you are. Have a look at that last point.
Vaigala leads by 4 games to 2.
There's a close look at the last point whether the ball just went off the baseline. I don't know what the discussion was about, but anyway, players have taken their respective positions. And Sivaguru preparing to serve to Kahir. That is a perfect reflex at the net
15
for
left.
Karthik Kavin. Lovely double stun is here. See that anticipation. That is not going to be easy, intercepting at that level. Down to 4-15 love. Superb return.
15 all.
Look at that. Just past the outstretched racket of Kevin. 15 all. As Karthik Kevin prepares to serve, serving to Kahir Warik this time. And there is a bit of a hesitation
30, 15.
from Warik. He wanted to move to the left in anticipation. If you watch it closely there. And then he had to come back to get that forehand. That is where he couldn't control the return he did on the run and went into the net. 30-15. High kicking serve. The return from Tanishq going long and wide.
40,
See that
15.
serve, a lot of bounce on that serve. That is where the return could not be controlled and the ball flying over the sideline and the baseline as well. Sivaguru serving this time to Kahir. Relentless attack there by Sivaguru and getting that point and retaining the serve as well.
Warwick Gather leads by
Look at
4
that.
games to 3.
Back to back relentless attack there. So it is still a 4-3 lead for the Maharashtra pair of Kahir and Jadhav.
But the question here is that, is it a bit too late? Is it a bit too late in the day? Is it a bit too late in the match for Sivaguru and Kevin? Or is it going to be a stunning comeback for the Tamil Nadu duo? Because it's been an all-out Warwick Jadhav show. They've been superbly in control of this match. As they say, just before the light dies, the candle flickers briefly at its brightest. Or is there more to the story? Is there a twist in the tale? Tanish Jadhav serving for the match.
In love.
Love. Tanish Jadhav.
Final.
All. That's long.
30, 15.
Another 2 points and they'll be done for the day. Still at 30-15. Warwick tries to kill it with his backhand. This time though, just finding the net. Warwick playing from a very, very young age. Started from the age of 4, trained with his father and coach Samir Warwick. Is now training in NTC Delhi with Zishan Ali. Jadhav. That one goes long.
30, 40.
Tanish Mukesh Jadhav. He started at the age of 7. Warwick at 4, Jadhav at 7. Early starts for both of them. And now they want an early finish. 4-3 up.
Yes. Deciding point. Receiver choice.
And remember, they're on course to reach the finals. Warwick, Tanish Jadhav. Whoa, whoa, what an angle. What an angle that was from Warwick. Take another look at that. Stretching himself. Diagonal slice up there. And the lanky Karthik Kevin throwing himself there, trying to get to the feed. He did. But of course, he was drawn too far wide out. So 6-2, 5-3. And now, Kevin has to serve to save the set and the match. It's been a walk in the park for the Maharashtra pair so far. Warwick and his blazing forehand, pushing opponents far and wide.
Love 15.
Tremendous power, and look at the racket swing. Go ahead, Samir Warwick. Meanwhile, it's Kevin. Karthi K.S. Kevin. Serving to save the match.
Start.
15 all.
15 all.
That was just long from Tanishq. Powerful forehand. So still it is Karthik Kevin serving to stay in this semi-finals. Nice doubles. Oh, good work at the net. See, this is very important. Sivaguru was well in that position.
30.
Good rally it was. Then in the end, how to close out is a question. And see here, gentle tap there, which was always going to be difficult for Tanishq to pick it up from that side.
Thank you.
30-15. Karthik Kevin serving to Tanishq Jadhav. Take the allotted time to serve. Never hurry up a serve. The right thing there. Oh, that's a great effort. In fact, both Kevin and Sivaguru was completely stranded there. They didn't anticipate that. Look at that ripping forehand there. All. Just going for the serve on the forehand corner. Karthik Kevin. That is a very good backhand from Karthik Kevin.
40, 30.
Look at that. Double fisted backhand. Lot of power on that. That's a right thing to happen. And with that, Kevin holds his serve and still stay in the semi-finals. And it is no, still a point away. Correction there. Now, yes, that very good serve there.
Game Shiv Kevin.
And the return there into the net. With this now, yes, they held this up, but still a 5-4 lead for Kahir Warwick and Tanishq Mukesh Jadhav. And when they come back, they will serve for the match as well, because they took the first set 6-2, now leading 5-4 with their own service to follow.
So the Maharashtra pair, Kahir Warwick, Tanishq Jadhav. They're on course for a final showdown. On course to
Time.
enter the final, wrapping up the first set easily 6-2. A little bit of a drop in intensity, slight drop in intensity in the second one over the last 5-7 minutes. They're still ahead. They'll serve to wrap it up. They'll serve to enter the final. They serve to win this tie. This even as Rathan Pranav and Mahalingam K are fighting it out versus Jason David and Chandan Shivraj. They go to Jason to the center court.
Hanson when he called for it. If I'm sure, I would correct.
Warwick having a tremendous time here. It was initially built up to be Warwick versus Kevin, but somehow Tanishq decides to come in the middle and play a spoil sport with his long reach. He makes this drop count. 15 love.
In love.
Kahir Warwick.
Cut. Yeah. I'm sure about this. You can see the gap.
V. Santosh indicating it was on the line.
So 15 all.
Warwick this time not going for Kevin,
15-30.
aiming straight at Sivaguru. The ball literally dying off at Sivaguru's racket there. Intelligence showed there by Kahir Warwick. 30-15. And he doesn't panache. And that's the salute which comes. Both of them, they're signaling to a few of their teammates from the Maharashtra contingent who are present here in the stadium. It's just a point away.
Setting up to set and match points. 40-15 with Kahir Warwick to serve. Serving to Kevin. Second serve. Obviously would love to wrap it up in style. Can he do that? But that's a double fault. What an irony here. But still, yeah, set and match point in their pocket. Can he go with a big serve and close it out in style? That is what his supporters are looking for.
Warwick. And that does it. That does it. The wild roar from Warwick and Tanishq Jadhav says it all. It's game, set, match. Maharashtra as the top seeds, Kahir Warwick and Tanishq Mukesh Jadhav, are through to the finals with a comprehensive straight set hammering of A.V. Sivaguru and Karthikeyan Kevin of Tamil Nadu. That's the final point, and that's the primal roar of victory, as we saw from both Tanishq as well as Warwick, making it look really easy. Absolutely in control, except a slight let off in steam towards the end of the second set. But they had enough firepower, they had packed enough firepower to make sure they move into the final round. They will be in the fight for the gold medal. Kahir Warwick and Tanishq Jadhav beating A.V. Sivaguru and Karthikeyan Kevin in straight sets, 6-2, 6-4. They enter the finals of the boys doubles. Very, very comprehensive display there by the top-seeded pair from Maharashtra. Warwick and of course Tanish Jadhav. They were absolutely on song right from the word go. Warwick, remember, has had a terrific tournament so far. He had a busy morning entering the semi-finals of the boys singles. Remember, he started playing tennis from the age of 4 and was coached by his dad, Sameer Warwick. Presently trains in NTC Delhi with Zishan Ali. He's got several ITF singles and doubles titles as well. And Tanishq, on the other hand, coming from a very reputed music family. Father is a renowned tabla maestro, Pandit Mukesh Jadhav. Tanishq is also believed to play the tabla very well. We don't have any evidence of that. However, what we have of evidence is he's a very, very good and able doubles player. He was absolutely on song, on rhythm. He'll be sitting for his board exams, class 12 exams next month, in a month and a half from now. And his dream, like any other kid, to play for India. And the way they're going, both Warwick and of course Tanish Jadhav, certainly we can look forward to some good doubles pair options in the future. India's always had some fabulous doubles pairs. Started from the Amrit Raj brothers. Lee.
And in a short while from now, the match will get underway. And this is going to be between Suhita Maruri and Srinidhi Balaji of Karnataka, taking on Ruma Ashutosh and Asmi Adkar from Maharashtra.
3 minutes.
Players just knocking at the middle, just to get a feel of it, to get that range and rhythm on their serves, and then try to go for those smashes and some of those ground strokes as well to get that comfort. The Ivar, that is, players are just waiting, the chair umpire there. This is the girls' doubles event. And Suhita Maruri and Srinidhi Balaji from Karnataka taking on Ruma Ashutosh and Asmi Adkar from Maharashtra. The players still having a warm-up session in the lovely afternoon here in Chennai. Just it is only to get the rhythm and range in the ground strokes as well as some of those serves. There you are. This is Suhita and Srinidhi from Karnataka taking on Ruma and Asmi Adkar of Maharashtra. The match will get underway in a short while from now, and the winner will be booking a berth in the finals. In the center court, this is the final match of the day. This is the girls' doubles semi-finals. Yep, we have
1 minute.
Ruma and Asmi Adkar
2023
from Maharashtra.
girls double semi-finals.
Just getting to get some rhythm on the serves as well.
Of the chair.
Taking on Sahita Maruri and Srinidhi Balaji of Karnataka there.
To the right of the chair from Karnataka, Shubhita Maruri, Srinidhi Balaji.
That's a chair umpire for this particular
Shubhita
match.
Srinidhi won the toss and choose to serve.
That is R.R. Sridharan, the chair umpire.
End of warm up.
Tennis you can't.
This is the girls doubles event here. In the semi-finals, the Maharashtra pair of Ruma and Asmi Nehar Adkar taking on Suhita Maruri and Srinidhi Balaji of Karnataka. There you are. That is the Maharashtra pair and bespectacled Asmi Adkar along with Ruma that is coming on to the court here. There will be they have a chat there and back to the camera, and the far end it is going to be Suhita Maruri and Srinidhi Balaji. Adkar with a white cap on, and the opponents in Suchita and Srinidhi Balaji. They are now just getting back onto the court, and Suhita Maruri getting ready to serve. Lawal, opening set. The ball just hitting the wrong side of the spinal cord. Fault. Second serve. Suhita serving to Ruma. Taking the right time to serve, particularly when you are in second serve. Don't hurry up. Both playing that forehand cross court and this backhand slice. Lovely rally. A super work at the net by, this is what is important. Srinidhi was in the right position there, intercepting it so well and picking up a point there. Look at that. Perfect interception and execution. Yeah, Suchita serving now. 15 love. Just long fault. Oh, this is a smart work there. By Ruma, anticipating it well. Look at that inside out. And a perfect interception on the backhand by Ruma. Make it 15 all. Suchita serving, opening game of the opening set of the semi-finals in the girls doubles. That is a good wide serve. The return from Ruma into the net. Good serve it is. Look at that. A lot of power and right on the forehand corner. 30-15. This time serving to Adkar. That should be put away, yes. Full credit to Adkar on that occasion. Look at that inside out and the desperate return there from Suhita. And a very nice put away by Ruma. Good point. Makes it 30 all. Opening game, opening set. Very good serve. Pace and depth on that. Return from Ruma into the net. Good toss of the ball. Good shoulder power there. Creating that pace on that serve. A double-handed backhand return going into the net. Game point. A little bit of distraction and as you see Suhita just going there to the chair. For a moment I thought she was going to probably change the racket. I don't think so. Game point. For the second serve, Adkar is just standing on the baseline there. Oh, double fault. Deuce.
Deserving point. Receiver
Early momentum when you hold this serve, that will be very nice in their point of view. But then making a double fault and a game point going into the deuce. Serving again there. Good serve, return into the net. With that, Suhita holding her serve, going up 1 love for the team. As the players change their sides. And it's Ruma getting now ready to serve. Good return. Both going for that forehand. And now suddenly Aruma changing into the backhand. That weak return and that interception should have been put away by Atkar, but not able to control that when you're close to the net. There she moves in the right direction, but not getting control on that. Hitting it out. Now 15.
All.
Ruma versus Maruri. Finally, the battle ends. Lob versus lob.
13.
The final lob ending well into the net. Ruma.
Out.
Fierce return initially from Srinidhi Balaji, but the overhead with too much of punch perhaps. Sailing over the baseline. Ruma Gaikaiwari. Ashutosh Gaikaiwari. Terrific shot there from Suhita Maruri.
30-40.
The diagonal war, and there she went for the pass. Wow, and they're broken. And they are broken. Suhita Maruri and Srinidhi Balaji with the first service break of this semi-final. So Ruma Gaikaiwari and Asmi Nihar Atkar have been broken, and the Karnataka duo have raced ahead 2-0 up. Suhita M. Maruri and Srinidhi Balaji. Srinidhi Balaji in the blue cap and fluorescent shoes to serve now. Asmi trying that wide backhand of hers. She hasn't had a good outing today, early in the day. She was comprehensively dispatched by Maya Rajeshwari in the girls singles. Balaji, meanwhile. We got a chance to briefly speak to all four just before the tie started. That's put away very nicely there. Very, very nicely by Suhita Maruri. And obviously Asmi trying the overhead pass, but didn't have enough. Srinidhi Balaji from Bangalore. In fact, both of them. Suhita and Srinidhi, both from Bangalore. Srinidhi, just 17 years old, a single child. Was an avid basketballer too. That's a wild backhand, which even Asmi had Roma had no clue about absolutely as where she was sending that stroke. And Srinidhi, taking time away from basketball, finally found her calling in tennis. Now here she is serving 40 love. Finally redeeming herself here a fair bit. Asmi literally taking on the might of the two Karnataka girls, Suhita and Srinidhi. Finally with the overhead smash right, aimed right at Suhita Maruri. 40-15. And she does it with style, with elan, holding serve at 15. And they race away to a 3-0 lead.
Sugita Srinidhi leads 3 games to love. First set.
With that early break of serve, as the players are now going to change the ends. This is Suhita and Srinidhi leading 3-love in the opening set. And Ruma and Asmi Adkar of Maharashtra yet to put their name on the scorecard. As the players just refresh themselves, rehydrate themselves there. There will be a lot of thinking to do for both the teams, particularly if you look at Maharashtra having dropped the serves. That is very important to come back. And we'll have to see how best they'll be able to do that. And chair umpire R.R. Sridharan. You saw him in the picture frame. That is a view of the lovely center court in this magnificent stadium in the city center, Chennai. SDAT tennis stadium.
So Asmi for the first service, trailing love 3. Trying to lob Ruma there, but just going away too far beyond the baseline, not being able to control. Asmi Adkar. And Srinidhi Balaji hitting it way too long. This will give the Maharashtra duo a measure of the confidence back if they're able to hold their serve. And then aim for a break or two to get back into this, because this competition we've seen the early initiative has proven to be the decisive one. But first serves, something that doesn't change. That's an easy miss there by Ruma, right at the net. You could see Srinidhi with the double-fisted takedown. Very close to Ruma. Messed it up a little bit. Still ahead 30-15. That's a good one. Very well played. Very well played there. Good return initially at the net. Maruri trying her best to put it down, but Ruma sending it wide. (40-30) with all to play for. Starting with this game, they cannot take their eyes off the ball. And it's deuce. The pressure's mounting, and it shows clearly a very good wide double-handed backhand there from Srinidhi Balaji. And has been taken in by the bounce. A 12-shot rally finally with the kill shot there from Srinidhi Balaji. Good duel there between Asmi and of course Suhita. But finally Suhita's returning, pushing Asmi really wide. And the counter was very sweetly taken care of at the net by Srinidhi Balaji. So they have been broken yet again, 4-0 up. And they need to get back very, very quickly. Ruma Gaikwari and Asmi Niharatkar. Certainly the Karnataka pair of Suhita and Srinidhi packing more punch, more power, more precision till now, whatever we've seen. Suhita, big fan of Roger Federer, big fan of Naomi Osaka. Trains at the Rohan Bopanna Academy in Bangalore too. For once, Asmi will get a lot of confidence, pulling off a much, much needed point. And more than the point will be the measure of confidence that the duo will get. So hit the Maruri there for you. Good deep serves. But we haven't seen an ace so far over the last 2 days, have we? Aiming for one down, straight down the center. As if on cue, the moment we mentioned the word ace, we haven't really seen an ace in center court. Oops. Srinidhi Balaji perhaps getting unsighted there.
30 all.
You see. Double-handed backhand there. from Asmi. Balaji just unable to get racket to ball. That's a feeble lob there from Suhita and put away very, very
40.
strongly. Straight down the center. Baruma Gaikwari. Are these the first signs of the Maharashtrian duo getting back into the mix? Still a long shot, still far away. Love 4 down.
Lovely doubles tennis here.
Goodness gracious me, barring the last shot there by Srinidhi Balaji, it was the might of
Deuce.
Maharashtra versus Suhita
Serving
Maruri
point,
going
receiver choice.
hammer and tongs against both Ruma and Asmi. And finally it pays dividends. Back to deuce. Zooming away to 4-0 and then losing your serve. Not the ideal combination. He's managed to salvage it for the time being. Suhita Maruri. And as the rallies get longer,
Game Suhita
the
Srinidhi.
Karnataka duo, they shine even brighter in the
Suhita
dying sun here in
Srinidhi,
Chennai.
5 games to love for set.
What a fight there. Ruma and Asmi versus Suhita alone. We saw Srinidhi with just a single shot. And finally she holds her serve. Wow. That's not good going. That's great going. 5-0 up. Racing away literally with the first set. And of course, my senior colleague Srinivasan Sheshadri still trying to figure out, did we or did we not even witness a single ace over the last 2 days here on centre court? He's also trying to figure out Karnataka-Maharashtra rivalry. Man born in Chennai, brought up in Chennai and then lives in Karnataka. Bangalore himself. He's very well versed with both states, both cities, Chennai as well as Bangalore, and he knows the flight between Pune, from where both Ruma and Asmi come from. Pune and Bangalore is not a long one. Just about an hour, maybe 10-15 minutes more. Add to that. Will this match last the duration of a flight between Bangalore to Pune? That's the housing question I have for Srinivasan Sheshadri.
But right now it looks the Karnataka pair of Suhita and Srinidhi looking like running away with the opening set. Formidable lead of 5-0. Final is terrific it is. And the pair from Maharashtra really coming under tremendous pressure. Ruma and Asmi Adkar.
Love 15.
At least they would like to put their name in the scorecard in the opening set. Not really a good start here. Love 15 as Ruma serves. What a return. Very interesting point here. In the end, very nicely,
30.
you saw how exactly, look at that, Suita in the end, finally bisecting the opponents with a smash. That was a desperate pickup from Ruma, not good enough.
40.
As you see the opponent going with that punch. Absolutely no chance. As Ruma serves. Really, the Karnataka pair trying to run away with the opening set. Second serve here. What a return of serve.
Game and first
Good
set,
thinking.
Sugita Srinidhi,
Going with that
6 games to
backhand
love.
down the line return. Srinidhi Balaji. Look at that. Clearly, comfortably putting it into the aisle. Yet to put a name in the scorecard, the Maharashtra pair of Ruma and Atkar. 6 love. Suhita and Srinidhi Balaji wrapping up the opening set in no time and thoroughly dominating right through with some good serves, and most importantly in the rallies it was Suhita and Srinidhi who could really work and combine well to close out the points. There were very good rallies definitely we saw in the opening set. The scoreboard may reflect as 6-0, but then you did see the glimpses of some good work from the Maharashtra pair of Ruma and Asmi Atkar as well. But the important point was how do you close out a point? That is where the difference happened between the two teams, and that is what is reflected in the scorecard as 6-0 first set in favor of Suhita Maruri and Srinidhi Balaji.
Absolutely spanking facility here at the SD80 Stadium here in Chennai, heart of city, Nugambakkam. It's been witness to some historic moments, historic matches. We've seen the rise of stars, we've seen the fading stars come here and share a bit of the eternal sunshine, the glory. And now we see Gen Next of Indian tennis. Khelo India Youth Games providing the sort of amphitheater which these kids will need as they look to make it into the big stage. Serving now, Srinidhi Balaji, Karnataka. 15 love. There seems to be absolutely no reply till now, which the Maharashtra duo have been able to manage. Unlike in the boys' doubles. Well done, smashed right through. Just when you thought perhaps this could be the point where Ruma and Asmi fight back. This time it is Srinidhi Balaji giving absolutely no chance whatsoever. Unlike their male counterparts, Varek and Jadhav, who made short work of the opponents to reach the finals, the girls are in big trouble now. Suhita and Srinidhi being raced away to a 6-love lead now, taking the first set 6-love. That would be possibly a fortunate point. You'll have to concede that. But one would wonder, Srini, neither Asmi or Ruma are trying to engage Suhita. They need to switch the action. They need to switch the energy.
Srinidhi serving. That is an easy put away there at the net for Suchita Maruri. Very nicely, that serve was setting up that point very clearly. See that desperate return. And into the open court, a simple tap. Srinidhi Balaji of Karnataka combining well with Suhita Maruri. Second serve. Can Asmi go after the second serve? She needs to. The return just but the loose forehand from Srinidhi Balaji on that occasion. The ball just missing the baseline there. Look at that. Here. And the right thing, Ruma just waited for the ball to go over the baseline, didn't hurry it up. Still a game point here. As Srinidhi serves this time to Adgar. That is a relentless attack by Suhita at the net, picking up that point as well as holding the opening game. See that relentless attack there. Coming back and then putting it on the feet of the opponents. So 1-love lead for the Karnataka pair after taking the first set comfortably and convincingly with consummatees 6-0. That serve, deep serve. See, again coming back on that. That was a perfect smash from Suchita. It's a thorough domination by the Karnataka pair of Suhita Maruri and Srinidhi Balaji, as the scoreboard is clearly reflecting 7 games in a row for Karnataka. Pair of Suchita and Srinidhi. In the double section for these awards, each player has to fix the partner from his own state. Oh, that's a wonderful pass there. This should give them a lot of confidence. Good work by Ruma there. Coming in. See how nicely she created that angle. 15-love. Oh, that's missing the baseline there from Suhita. Just couldn't control that. Low pickup there, good one. And then there's missing the baseline there. Oh, that is a very good serve. Look at that. That is where the return into the net. Ruma. Yeah, it's a good thinking to go for that inside out forehand, putting it into the net. Ruma there. Oh, that was. That is a very powerful forehand from Ruma. With that, they hold the serve, and it should be a confirmation of the score. There it is. Getting updated. Little slow. One game all.
As they say, finally opening the account. We'll have to do much, much more. Sohita. It's a fault. Well played there by Ruma Gaikaiwari. Clinching this point. Well, miles to go, literally. Remember, there is another Maharashtra pair. Sonal Patil and Aishwarya Dayanand, who are, as we speak, in the other semi-final. Whoa, what a shot. What a shot. Absolutely fabulous shot there. Finally, it seems that Asmi Atkar and Ruma, although the shot has to be graded to Asmi, seem to be waking up from their slumber. In sporting terms, I mean. Seems game on now. Sohita and Srinidhi have a fight on their hands now. Look at that. Ruma trying a powerful forehand down the middle, but then netting of the backhand volley. That's where these are the points that make the big difference. Long wide return there. Of course, Sohita's serving has been top-notch, possibly the best on show so far in this match, so to speak. And they mess it up yet again. They had Srinidhi Balaji standing by the net, could have attacked her. Instead, they chose to go the other way, take the other out. The informed
Listening point. Receiver
tennis
choice.
stars do make their errors, do make their mistakes. It's back to deuce.
One game all deuce in the set number 2, the first set in favor of Karnataka pair. Suhita and Srinidhi 6-0. And as Suhita preparing to serve now. Oh, this is really a lot of aggression from Adkar on this particular point. Full credit to her. See that low pickup and a good smash here. And again a good pickup. And this time the smash is in the perfect angle. With that, the serve. This is very important here because we see that Ruma and Asmi have broken the serve and they are up 2-1. Early breakup serve happening in the third game. Could this prove very vital for the pair from Maharashtra to come back? We'll have to wait and see. But I look at it as a good thing because normally when you have a breakup serve on hand, you try to consolidate that break unless the opponents try to really combine well and put pressure to get the early break back. That remains to be seen, but the fact is that Karnataka pair convincingly took the first set without much of a contest at all, 6-0. And now they are trailing 1-2, and the Maharashtra pair already with the early break of serve. The break coming in the third game will be trying to consolidate that break to go up 3-1. Let's see what happens as the players just get back to the court. Not putting the name on the scorecard in the opening set, and in the second set getting a early break-up serve in the third game. That is pretty encouraging for the team. But how much they can sustain, we have to see.
Fair enough, and they're supposed to. They're supposed to be playing like this. And that's the reason they're the second seeds in the tournament. Roma and Asmi. On the other hand, Suhita and Srinidhi have played some sparkling tennis, but now have their backs to the wall. This second set, Asmi with the serve. Ahead 2-1, Maharashtra. And she hits it straight into the net. Asmi Atkar. It's like the commentator's curse, which we've kept on hearing since childhood. Trini, the moment you talk about that, just the opposite happens. Funny instance here. What doesn't change is the first serve. Across categories. Brilliant, brilliant shot down the line. Very well done, Asmi Atkar.
15 all.
Unleashing a range finally. all.
Out.
It's out. 30-15. Surely on the way to wrapping this up
30-15.
well. Trying for the angle, not getting it. Again, getting it really, really too long. Asmi. The only thing you can say is, would you believe that?
40
Would
15.
you believe that? Srinidhi Balaji with possibly the miss of the day. 40-15.
Forty
30.
30.
Push back off the baseline.
Ball man.
Taken by the high bounce first and then trying to adjust the trajectory of the hit. Landing straight in the net. Well done, Game Maharashtra finally closing it out. There was style, there was a substance, there was panache, and of course,
Game
there was the
Rumashmi.
precision and timing.
Rumashmi leads 3 games to 1.
For Sridharan, the champ umpire for this match. As you find Srinidhi serving to Adkar. I'm sorry, to Ruma.
15 love.
They have consolidated the lead 3-1 now for the Maharashtra pair of Ruma and Adkar. Feeling a little bit of the pressure on seeing the opponent gaining that crucial lead in the early part of the set. What a return! Fantastic return of serve there
15
by
all.
Adkar. Stretching Srinidhi totally out of the court and not able to retrieve. Definitely showing signs of good recovery. The Maharashtra pair of Adkar and Ruma Ashutosh. That is a good thinking and a perfect lob. That is what makes it interesting this time from very clearly from Suhita there. 15 all. Srinidhi serving. The second serve. Can Adkar attack? Oh, good thinking, going for the backhand down the line. Winner there. Adkar just anticipating it very well.
30 all.
Thirty all. Srinidhi Balaji serving. Oh, that is a tremendous power there from Ruma.
40.
That is where Srinidhi could not really handle there. Srinidhi. Second serve, serving to Adkar. What a superb work there by Ruma. nicely
games to one
intercepting
second
the
set.
opponents
For
with
set
that
Sukita
forehand.
Srinidhi.
Superb work here, breakup serve happening here. Oh, look at that perfect angle and the superior control on that forehand. With that, Ruma and Asmi going up 4-1. What a comeback by the number 2 seeds here. Dropping the first set, love 6, and then coming back strongly in the second set. Ruma and Asmi Atkar 4-1 with their own serve to follow. This is why we never know what can happen, how this can Srinidhi serve here coming under pressure. Look at that backhand. And a perfect action there, bisecting the opponents. That was Ruma.
Time.
Charappa saying time for the players to get back onto the court. The first set in favor of Suhita and Srinidhi, 6 love. And trailing in the second set 1-4. And very interestingly, it is also for the Maharashtra pair to get their serve. That is pretty interesting. And it will be Ruma who will be serving with a 4-1, what we call as a formidable lead. What a comeback after dropping the first set, love 6. So comeback is always possible once you know what has gone wrong and regroup during the between the games and then try to do that. What a rally. Interesting there. Pressure being put on by Ruma in this rally.
15 love.
Have a look at that. Wonderful rally we have been seeing here. Oh, that backhand cross court was not good enough
15 all.
for Ruma. She was just at the baseline. Probably caught in 2 minds whether to create that angle or not. 15 all. Ruma serving.
Out.
That is an absolutely a desperate lob from Srinidhi.
30-15.
That was absolutely, I don't know what exactly she was ultimately trying to do. It's not really an attacking lob because didn't show that aggression, just was desperate to keep the ball in play.
Out.
Oh, powerful serve. Oh, that is very interesting. Ruma's serve was very good here.
40-15.
Perfect angle and lot of pace on that serve. Two game points to go up 5-1. Ruma serving to Suita. Atkar going for that big smash from the mid-court. She was very much in the position there. That is why she didn't want the ball to bounce. She was very sure of that. Come with tremendous pace on the smash. And rendering apology to the opponent for that power. But of course, nothing is hurt or anything. What a turnaround here. Now it is 1-5. Suhita serving after taking the first set 6 love. Turns table. Sorry. Look at that, the pressure telling on. this is, you never know. You can always make a comeback. I was always optimistic because the way they were showing some of the points. See here again. This is what is actually happening. You have the pressure on you. You are serving to stay in the second set. See, straight away, this is love 15. They also know that it's very difficult to make a comeback when you're down 1-5. Good serve. This was absolutely unforced. She would have just gone back.
30.
You are not in the comfortable position trying to create that angle there. Seeing that opponent was much behind the baseline. 2 points away from making a comeback to take the second set for the Maharashtra pair. Suhita serves. Oh no, this is the occasion she should have taken it. Not a great serve, but trying to go and return it on the forehand into the alley. She's hitting it wide. That was Ruma. Now Suhita serving. Hard cut. That was a great work at the net by Srinidhi there, right on the feet. That is always difficult to pick up. See, that is a very low pickup. That was very difficult for Adkar. Still not out of danger. Still set point. Beg your pardon, serving from the deuce court. It's 30 all. Maybe that was in the mind of Adkar. She missed that last volley. Must have been working in her mind. And the next point, she is making an unforced error. So with that, you find that the Karnataka pair managing to hold their serve. This is where she is making that error, Adkar. Probably that was in her mind that the previous point, there was a bit of a communication dislink. And as Suhita serve. Adkar here. Very good.
Time.
So the fight for a place in the finals is on in the girls doubles competition at the Khelo India Youth Games in the magnificent SDA Stadium here in Chennai. And what a game, what a seesaw battle this has been. A game of two halves, two different stories. Asmi Adkar serving for the set. This after she and Ruma Gaikawari of Maharashtra lost the first set at love. She misses a big opportunity here. It's a very big opportunity missed by Asmi Niharatkar. Could have easily sent it away. Asmi serving. This time it's a powerful forehand. And all Sohita can do is respond defensively with a block that lands only as far as the net on her side of the court. All serving for the set. Sohita and Srinidhi winning the first, 6-love. Ruma and Asmi now serving for the second. Absolutely brilliant. The winner of the day. A fabulous forehand down the line. Absolutely brilliant shot. Srinidhi Balaji couldn't even bat an eyelid. Such was the ferocity of the stroke. Asmi Niharatkar certainly on fire, upping the ante. Oh, another pass. Whoa. That's a screamer. Wow. Now they're showing why they're ranked second.
Absolutely. Look at that forehand pass. Tremendous power on that. That would have made any player in the world proud. That kind of a pass. That sets up 2 set points to level the set score. 5-2. 40-15. Thinking of good interception at the net. Ruma making that error, hurrying it up. If you have a look at that, you will see that there was no need for her to intercept. You would have left it for Asmi Atkar, but still a set point. 40-30. There it is. What a comeback by Ruma and Asmi Atkar. Look at that last point, the backhand cross-court return going into the net. And that was from Balaji, Srinidhi Balaji. What a comeback by the pair from Maharashtra, Asmi Atkar and Ruma Ashutosh. Losing the first set, love 6, coming back strongly in the second set, 6-2. And they really stepped up the standard of their game, combined well. Have a look at that. That is the last point here. Very good serve there. And Srinidhi Balaji, double-fisted backhand cross-court return of serve. And then see Atkar taking it so much from behind the baseline. And again, this is Srinidhi's return going into the net. That is how the second set ended. And the Maharashtra pair of Atkar and Ruma picking it up at 6-2 after dropping the first set, love 6. What a set it was. That was from the reverse angle, the last point. On the picture frame, those doubles semi-finalists. First set going in favor of Suita and Srinidhi 6-love. Ruma and Asmi coming back strongly in the second set, taking it at 6-2, and that goes to the decider set.
And in reference to what we were discussing a while back, when we saw the first set, in the first set, the Maharashtra pair were being simply torn apart by Sohita and Srinidhi. This tie is now certainly going to exceed the duration of the Bangalore-Pune flight, as we were discussing, by a fair margin. 2 sets, 2 different stories.
10-point match tie break will play now to decide the match.
Maruri and Srinidhi Balaji were off to a roaring start, breaking the opponents. Again and again, 3 service breaks in the first set. 6-love. Now They've been decimated 6-2. On to the final set. The first time in over 2 days, we're seeing a third set. Suhita. Oh, finish well there again. Asmini
1-0.
Aratkar
Ruma
perhaps
Ashmi.
making up for the morning. Didn't really have a good time in the girls singles against Maya Rajeshwaran. And here she is, playing a second match of the day. Well done, well done. Half lunge there at the net by Suhita Maruri. Was within range. Turning the face of the racket at the literally last moment. Getting it diagonally over and across the net. Lucky, and the luck deserts her. Just when you thought
One.
it
Suhita
took the
Srinidhi.
net cord there and flew back. Powerful shot there from Ruma. Possibly catching Balaji off guard, but Srinidhi Balaji was there on the coin. Hammering it back. Interesting point there. So they start with the service break.
Srinidhi Balaji is serving there. Oh, that is yet another error in the super tie break.
2-all.
Oh, it gets very difficult to track the score, track it as he plays.
Out. 3-2. Sugita Srinidhi. Sorry, wait, please.
Very, very extremely tense battle there. Asmi Atkar now. Asmi Atkar serving to Srinidhi Balaji. Oops. Fabulous baseline battle of backhands. But finally, Asmi's forehand,
4-2.
the bounce,
Sugita Srinidhi.
proving a bit too much there for Srinidhi Balaji to control on a backhand, hitting it very wide, very long. What a tense battle this has turned out to be. An absolute belter. But Suhita and Srinidhi will surely feel they are in the driver's seat. They are ahead 3-1. Take another look at the point. Brilliant return of serve there initially by Srinidhi. Wide and deep, starting with the wide and deep, probing the backhand of Asmi. And finally the forehand, trying the forehand, returning to the backhand. It's a little high. Oops, lands right near where her racket was. The ball dying on her.
5-2.
Asmi Atkar.
Suhita
Moment of
Srinidhi.
concern and much, much more. Because Suhita and Srinidhi, they seem to be up and running.
This can be always a turn of events when it comes to super tie break. A setup is and it's a decider set. Each point on the serve matters a lot when you are in a tie break. And as you say, it is Suhita serving now. To Atkar. Oja is trying to intercept at the net. Ruma making that error.
6-2. Suhita Srinidhi.
Look at that last point. Try to intercept. That is where it is. And the scorecard just to get updated on the picture frame. Suhita serves. Oh, what a simple work there. Picking it up so nicely. Weeks return.
7-2.
Look at that. And a simple put away there. This is the doubles semi-final for the girls category. As Atkar serves. Oh, this was absolutely unforced as she charged the net.
Suhita
Ruma
Srinidhi.
making that error a crucial one. A lot of power there, no doubt. But then trying to change the angle, putting it into the net. Ruma. It is Suhita Ruma in action. Both going for the forehand cross court and changing the angle here and a nice put away. That is a good work by Atkar at the net. Have a look at that last rally. The way it closes out. It was a very good forehand and this change in the direction and well anticipated by Atkar on that occasion. That is where she is able to pick up that point. What a glorious game of tennis the girls playing here in the doubles. And dropping the first set. Love 6 coming back strongly. The Maharashtra pair in the second set 6-2. Now a very crucial tie break happening here. Trying to generate pace on that serve. Srinidhi hitting it long fault. Glad to see whether it missed the baseline there. No, it was in.
Side change.
Fantastic work here. Both the teams trying to outwit the other. Good doubles combination really working in the decider. Look at that rally. And the ball just landing inside the baseline there. as he plays changing sides. And it's going to be Srinidhi Balaji preparing to serve, serving to Ruma.
Oh, that's close.
9-4.
Loud squeal of delight
Suhita
from
Srinidhi.
Srinidhi as well as Suhita. The net cord not really coming to the assistance this time of Roman Asmi. Quick word between the two. Fascinating fight. Fight for the final. Asmi fighting her best, but
Game,
it's
set and
not
match.
enough.
Suhita Srinidhi.
Srinidhi
Two sets
Balaji and then Suhita
6 love, 2-6. 10-4.
proving to be the killjoy. With a gentle kill shot straight down the middle. Soft backhand drive. And that does it. And it's all over. It is all over. It's Karnataka. The team of Suhita Maruri and Srinidhi Balaji who have entered the gold medal match. A titanic struggle, winning the first set 6-love, then completely being overpowered by Ruma and Asmi Atkar of Maharashtra in the second set 6-2, but winning the decisive tiebreak, a battle of twists and turns. And what a match we've seen so far. A terrific three-setter. Terrific match. The first three-setter we've seen over the course of the last two and a half days. A titanic battle. Suhita and Srinidhi had their backs to the wall in the second set. They were outlasted 6-2. Came back very strongly in the third, clinching the tiebreak, making it look nice and easy, steering themselves to within shot of gold. They are short of the medal, of course they are. They are in the final, where they will face the winner of the other tie between Sonal Patil and Aishwarya Dayanand of Maharashtra and Maya Rajeshwaran Revati in Lakshmi Prabha of Tamil Nadu. So there you have on your screens Suhita Maruri and Srinidhi Balaji of Karnataka with an excellent display, upsetting the apple cart of the second seeded pair of Ruma Ashutosh Gaikwari and Asmi Nihar Atkar.
Winning the first set 6-0, dropping the second set 2-6, and then coming back strongly in the tie break. The Karnataka pair of Suhita Maruri and Srinidhi Balaji getting the better of the opponent and booking the berth in the finals. What a match it has been. It was a seesaw battle. Good comeback by the Maharashtra pair, the number 2 seed here, but then in the tie break it matters because you have to get the points very quickly and the serves are very important. And in that tie break, the Karnataka pair of Suhita and Srinidhi proved to be better and won this match to book a berth in the finals. Tie-break score. Tie-break score. Tie-break score. What a match it has been. The Karnataka pair of Suhita Maruri and Srinidhi Balaji getting the better of the number 2 seed, Ruma Ashutosh and Asmi Adkar. winning the first set 6-love, losing the second set 2-6, and then ultimately making a match of it in the final set, in the decider, and booking a berth onto the finals as well. So that very much brings an end of the director live telecast from the center court of this lovely stadium at Nungambakam. Thanks for watching, and let's regroup tomorrow for the penultimate day's match here. Till then, goodbye and take care.